to have some type of arrogance.
I mean,
Like I put up numbers this year. You know what I'm saying?
I put up numbers.
She had. We know her stats, so you know she did
You had to have arrogance to try to escape slavery.
multiple times and then go back.
Yeah.
Right. And try to help people and save people.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary.
Yeah.
Very special guest on the pod today, ladies and gentlemen. This brother, it's crazy. It's almost like an all-deaf reunion right here. I think he was there, and then Pat was there. Snow was at Def when Patrick just had Twist.
Yeah.
Pat was an intern and twisted up. And this was crazy. You were there before I was there. I came in afterwards. And yeah, man. So this is a mini all deaf reunion. Everybody has gone on to do amazing things. He's been a writer on Wildin' Out. He's had his own multiple shows. He's had multiple videos go viral online and on YouTube. He's a stand-up comedian. Just filmed his first 1-hour comedy special. Ladies and gentlemen, we got in the building. Compton's own Mr. J. Snow.
Gang. What up?
What's up, gang?
It's good to be here. Thanks for the invite. Yeah.
First of all, congratulations on the special, man. We both worked with this guy named Jack Vine to produce our special. They came at us with a crazy deal. The craziest thing about this whole thing is that we only got to film this special once.
One time.
Most comedy specials are filmed 2 to 3 times minimum. And we got a one take, and then we did pickups at the end. And it's the craziest thing.
Normally, they shoot multiple times in different areas. You get different crowds and stuff, right? We had one shot.
And a small stage.
And a small stage. You had to get everything out. The crowd had to be there. Luckily, my show went really well. Like, I'm really proud of it.
They were talking about yours when I went up to film mine. The next day when I went to go film mine, they were talking about your special.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I'm excited for it. I'm super critical of it. I've watched it like 2 times only, bro, to send notes back. And each time I watch it, I find something else that I'm like, ugh.
I'm so cringe watching myself, bro.
Everybody who's seen it says nothing but great things. And that means a lot. So I'm excited to show people.
I'm terrified. I kind of want to scrap mine.
Word?
Yeah, because you know what it was? I found out that I was shooting this probably not even 5 weeks out. It might have been like 4.5 weeks.
I beat that, bro. It's 2 weeks. I learned about my special 2 weeks before it, bro.
Damn.
2 weeks.
But it was stuff you were already working on?
It was stuff I had been working on, but did I feel like it was ready to tape?
Yeah.
Did I feel like I had the closer? Like, no. I was still sort of up in the air about a lot of those things, but those are decisions that I literally just had to make and commit to. And I did it, and I think I have a really good body of work.
Now, you're an amazing writer. You wrote on a number of things with yourself and a collaborative process like Wildin' Out, and then I think you worked with Sydney on what was the show on
a lot of
HBO?
award shows
Game
too,
Theory
right?
and BET Awards, Hip Hop Awards, Soul
Bomani,
Train,
Nice.
Bomani Jones, Game Theory was on HBO. That was it was a sports show. It was a late night sports show. They was taking a shot at something different, which was dope. It was a great opportunity to have. It kind of put me in the seat of where I wanted to be for so long. Like, writing sketches and stuff like that was something that I did because I didn't know how to do the films and shows and shit yet, right? So being in that seat, getting to experience that, and then seeing what that was like was a dream come true. But it definitely gave me perspective. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How so? I wasn't ready for.
Which way? Like perspective on like what you want to do or how you need to do what you want to do?
Across the board, really. Like, truth be told, you guys, you experience shit in this business, right? I don't know if I can curse or not, but like,
fuck you.
Right, like we've all had our hand in entertainment and TV or whatever, and YouTube versus TV. And what I learned is that you kind of just like, it doesn't matter how high up that ladder you get on whatever other platform it is. If it's not your own, like, you just cannot control anything. Yeah. You cannot control what the end outcome is. You can't control how people view the material. You can't control how people deliver it. And it's just like, yo, like, it was literally a fight to make the show funny. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a fight to get jokes in. And I'm like, damn, this is weird. Like, what are we doing? Are we trying to make this a fun show or not?
What was the fight? Because everything had to be so PC or what?
Mostly because when it gets to, you know, say like a company that's a big fucking company,
any company that has legal.
Any company that has legal, any company that has money, any company that has status or whatever, they want to
tiptoe.
control, bro. And so they hire executives to control and go do their bidding. And these executives may or may not know what it is that they're even doing. They're just pulling up to a job like, what we got to do today?
Right.
And sometimes they like what they see. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they want to have their hands in everything. And if everyone's not aligned, that's another problem. It's like there's too many cooks. There's too many decisions to be made. So
it sucks when, and you see it the most in entertainment, that they want our rhythm but don't want our blues.
right.
They want the black views, they want the black eyes, they want the black dollars, but they don't want to embrace our culture from a realistic standpoint. They would rather water it down. And I whether that's to make it more digestible for our counterparts, our white and Asian counterparts, or whether that's just because they don't want to fully embrace us. Whatever the reason is, it definitely comes off inauthentic. Inauthentic. I was trying to
Right.
make. I was trying to make no. It has to be UN.
Yeah, he's like, no, not authentic.
Inauthentic.
Not
Bro.
authentic.
Yeah, I couldn't even
Bro.
say it with the UN in front of it.
But I
almost
get
had
what
a
you're
stroke.
going. What he's saying is like what I think he's tapping in on is something that's a much bigger problem we ain't gonna get into right now because then we gonna have a fucking civil rights talk. But like, it's the idea of like you're not qualified or equal until you act accordingly or do a certain thing
Fall in
or
line, kiss the
fall
ring.
in line and become a certain image that I accept that I think is okay versus just being your natural self.
Yes.
It's a whole wash type situation that's going on with content or just creativity in general. Like across the board, this shit's been happening for decades.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing new.
I just found this video. I came across this video, and in the last episode, we were talking with the homie Nick Few, and he was talking about how like if you have a black fan base and you're authentic black, that's great because it's so hard for us to be impressed by others.
Right.
And I saw this video of this guy named Blind Tom, and is born to the Bethune family, white slave owners, and his kid was born blind, and he was autistic, but he could hear music and copy it to a T. I think he wrote his first song at 4 or 5, and by 6 he was playing in front of crowds. And he grew up to have major success, but he wasn't accepted by the whites because he was still black.
Right.
They in articles they related his talent to that of a gifted dog or horse.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
Right?
Damn.
That's crazy. The
It's like-
audacity.
Right.
God
He's like,
damn.
but I can play the piano.
Yeah. Not only could he play the piano, in the video on him, they were saying that he could
Jesus Christ.
he could play one song with one hand, play another song with the other hand, and sing a completely different song.
That's
So 3 different songs are going on. And he would bring people on stage and have them try to play songs or their most complicated songs. And he would listen to it, call out every note that they played, even the mess ups. Then he would go over and play the songs from memory and by ear. Like, just
Jesus.
immensely
And they were
talented.
like, that's like a gifted horse.
Right.
right. Can you imagine how infuriating that would be to be able to play 2 different songs with your hands and hear music and be blind and the motherfucker be like, it's like a gifted dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but humans can't do this.
You
And-
can't do this.
They said
What do
that
you-
he made probably, or the bookings that he would have made would have been equivalent to like $3.2 million by today's money. However, he was probably getting paid $1,000 a month by today's standard.
Damn.
And that would go into him and his family when he got that much. The rest of the money was going to his slave owners.
Of course.
Oh, damn. I forgot this was during slavery.
Yes.
Okay.
You're like, wait, was this 2019?
I thought this was like 1920s or
So
something.
the black community didn't accept him because he's playing for these white people and they're talking down on him, talking down about us, but he's sharing our culture to them. So the black community was like, well, fuck with you, Uncle
Right,
Tom ass
right.
nigga. And the white community is like, oh, he's like a gifted dog.
Yeah.
That's
so what do
nuts.
you do?
He just kept
You
on
know?
playing until he died. But yeah, man, that was just it just goes to show you like how they want our culture. They want to be
Yeah.
entertained by us, but they still don't accept us. They still don't look at us as equals. It's just a crazy place to be in. And I can't imagine how alone he must have felt not being accepted by either community
Right.
and being blind.
Right.
All he had was the music.
That's crazy, yo. You can't even see. You can't even distract yourself with shit you can like see and like you
Right.
gotta listen.
You're only hearing shit talking.
all you're hearing is bigotry and piano keys.
And he's
your
never-
whole life.
He's
Slap the
never
keys,
seen
nigga.
Black or white. He doesn't even know why you don't like
Yeah,
him.
Right.
He can't even see his skin color.
He don't know what he
damn.
looked like.
That's like Clayton Bigsby, but like wholesome.
That's great. That is a wholesome Clayton Bigsby.
That's nuts. That is very confusing. You're like, I thought you guys cheer when I play though.
He had to be the most angry nigga in history. Like more mad than Dick Gregory type angry. Like Dick Gregory was one mad nigga.
Man, let me tell you something. Dick Gregory, but he be talking that shit.
He was mad because he was aware. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with awareness.
I
The
feel
more
like,
aware
yeah.
you become about shit.
He was like that Harriet Tubman mad. You know what I'm saying? Leaving niggas who can't open up their mind to see the importance of escaping to the north to try to fight for your freedom. Hitting babies in the head with the butter rifles because it's like, hey, listen, this baby got shit up. If it can't, I'm gonna shut it up.
This is gonna sound crazy, but like that had to be a great decade to be alive
What?
for Harriet Tubman.
Oh,
Right?
What you mean?
Because she was not fucking around.
No, she wasn't.
Like,
Nah.
if I'm running through the woods trying to escape slavery and the motherfucker betray me or start talking shit and I pull a shotgun on him or shoot him and I get away with it, like, bro, you know how crazy of an era that had to be?
That's I never really thought about it. Like, that is kind of crazy.
People
like,
already like her reputation precedes her, so she go on bars like, Harriet, drinks on me all night.
she knew she was that nigga.
It
She
was
was
a
like,
no
yeah.
bullshit era. Like you
For
couldn't,
real.
you
Listen.
couldn't bullshit anybody back then.
Bro, she getting ready, listening to Tupac, putting a bandana on.
Listening to Tupac's crazy.
Yo, who was a Tupac in
Lacing
the
up her
slave era?
Timbs. She put those sweatpants under the dress because she's still a fucking lady.
She had to have some type of arrogance.
I mean,
Like I
course.
put up numbers this year. You know what I'm saying?
I put up
she
numbers.
she had. We know her stats, so you know she did
You had to have arrogance to try to escape slavery.
multiple times and then go back.
Yeah.
Right. And try to help people and save people. Like,
Yeah.
I got a route. Like,
Yeah,
what?
Damn.
listen. And by the way, for those that might want to look up
Weirdly
the story about
motivational.
Blind Tom, his last name was Wiggins, so it's Blind Tom Wiggins. And
Blind
just,
Tom Wiggins.
he was so good at playing the piano. His slave master saw how well he was able to adjust and listen to stuff that he actually got him lessons and
Whoa.
he in a
slave master?
year's
That's
time
wild.
he surpassed his piano teacher's knowledge. Like they had nothing else to teach him, and that's how he started doing like the little parlor tricks and stuff.
That's
like
crazy that talent like trumps everything, like racism, everything. They're like, this is my slave,
to a certain
but
degree.
this nigga's good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm giving you lessons. No
Right.
freedom though,
Yeah, no freedom, and also
but lessons.
Right.
I'm gonna take some of that money. Okay,
I want you to hone this
and
craft.
no, you can't buy your freedom. Let's not do that.
Right.
But yeah, man, it was a crazy time, man. Before we go on, man, we have this tradition where we do an intro song, freestyle it.
Okay.
Pat kicks it off. I do the beat, and he passes it to you. The only rule is we try to rhyme at some point, damning it that you're scary with something. So it can be like, got a bad chick named Mary, bitch is allergic to dairy, dabbing it that you scary. It doesn't have to be good. We prefer it don't be good because we're not gonna make it good at all. This is not 5 Fingers of Death. This is just tradition.
right.
We literally tax.
The stakes.
There's no don't exist.
Right.
It could be rap, it could be opera, it could be reggae. Actually, we haven't done reggae in a while, so maybe just do some reggae.
Okay.
And
Okay.
just
Some
just
reggae.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Like
fuck
that's
it.
yeah,
Right,
with the
yeah.
Compton nigga. Yeah, damn. Okay, you know, since you're from Compton, we could do something from Compton. Who else we got from Compton? We got Kendrick. It's
a big one.
Yeah, you got Ice Cube, you got
Ice Cube.
NWA, you got Dre, you got you don't got.
Well, Dre, yeah. Okay, so Dre, what's a good Dre song?
We can stick to the reggae. It don't
You
matter.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fuck it. Here we go.
It's like you don't got to put me in a box.
Yeah, right. You know,
I was trying to
Play the
accommodate the
piano,
guest. Hey, you want a pistol while you rap?
Right.
Okay, here we go. Damn, I had the Bob Marley song in my head. Which one? But I can't think of it right here.
Was it jamming? Still go to.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I love jamming, but I can't get that beat. Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun.
not like Rocky.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's close. Sound like an ice cream truck.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna do some like club reggae shit, some dance hall.
Oh, Beanie Man reggae. Yeah, brother.
Beanie Man Reggae.
Bop, 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 bop.
Beanie Man Reggae.
We got another episode of Damn Internet You Scary. I got dreads, then they hairy. We gonna kick it off. Like this, like this. Bop, 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 bop. Hey,
Talk to
I'm
this
a
girl
rap
named.
slow. If you're cold, then we got Jay Snow. Hey, he came through to say hello. I'm about to pass the threshold. This nigga here just recorded his special.
Yeah.
Hey, so what you got to say? I'ma pass it off to Jay. Hey,
Hey, I just shot my special.
hey,
I just told jokes and they were special.
pop, pop, pop,
Pop, pop, goes the gun sound. Then somebody go down.
go down.
They start shedding tears.
Tears,
They were sphere.
there's fear.
She's like, oh my God, this scary. Damn, I fucked up the whole rhyme.
Hey, here, that is great.
I know he hates it. He hates all of my. Everybody hates all of my accents, but they're fucking amazing. The moment you guys accept that, the moment your life will be better.
Right.
Fucking amazing. All right, we got some dope ass stories for you guys today, man.
Wow.
We're going to jump into a lot of this shit, man. Try to get as much of it done as possible. We never make it through all of them for the run of the show. But shout out to Hippie for always doing an amazing run of the
Come
show.
on, hip.
What up, y'all? This episode is brought to you by one of our favorite companies to work with, Blue Chew. Okay? If you've watched the show, you know what Blue Chew is and what the deal is with it. But if not, let me put you on. Let me make your sex life that much better, okay? Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a free month of Blue Chew tablets that were made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You could take them anytime, day or night. And the best part is it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy, okay? Now, the process is simple. All you got to do is sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you've approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does it work? Okay? Does it really make your sex life that much better, okay? Look. You'll be mistaken for a soldier the way you pulling up with that full salute, okay? You about to take off in a pocket rocket once you start using the Blue Chew tablets. I mean, I'm a huge fan. As soon as we first started working with them, we were like, all right, we'll check it out. We don't really need it, but we'll check it out. We have been faithful customers since. I know this is an ad for the show, but no, we are paying customers because, like I said, just try it out. Just try it out. I promise you, you will not regret it. Blue Chew is a great time. You can just find out for yourself with a month free. There's really no reason not to set yourself up, you know, for a better time in the bedroom. Why not? Why wouldn't you do it? We can all relate to wanting to feel more confident, especially in the bedroom. So Blue Chew can help. So we're here to help you out. How you gonna do it? We've got a special deal for you guys, okay? Your first month of Blue Chew is going to be free. So visit bluechew.com for more detailed and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast, okay? One more time, make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at bluechew.com.
I think we want to start with the Southwest pilot because they got a deal starting next month in March where the tickets are on sale. And I
This is
wonder
why.
fucking why.
That is
Southwest
crazy.
Airlines pilot removed before flight, arrested on DUI charges.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild as fuck.
Yeah, so the pilot was pulled from the cockpit before takeoff after alleged alcohol smell. Pilot was removed from duty and arrested for allegedly being intoxicated just before a scheduled flight from Savannah, Georgia to Chicago on Wednesday. Authorities acted after noticing signs that raised concerns about the pilot's fitness to fly, including the smell of alcohol. They got some pictures of the guy right here. According to the sources, David Paul Alsop who was scheduled to captain Southwest Flight 3772 bound for Chicago's Midway Airport. That check was removed from the cockpit by airport police in Savannah. The incident caused disruption for passengers, but they were accommodated on other flights, which means they got peanuts and 500 free points. The employee has been removed from duty, a Southwest Airlines spokesperson stated in response to the incident. Customers were accommodated on other flights and apologized for the disruption to their travel plans. To read the full rest of the log, okay, all right.
That's wild.
I think this happens way more than we think.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I personally don't think that flight from Denzel Washington was that far off. Because they be in there for hours.
It probably made more drunk pilots, like that movie. Encourage people to be like, well, fuck it.
Well, I could do that.
You know?
No, he just fucked up because he had one too many. You got to stop at 6.
I think how
He had
drunk
7.
you got to be to, like, he smelled so intoxicated that they pulled him off the plane. Like, you know,
Right.
like you said, how many pilots fly drunk already?
Yeah.
And we're
Right.
just like having our families on
Yeah, when
these
that shit
planes.
start coming
asking-
out of your pores, that means you've been sitting there at the bar drinking for a while. You know what I mean?
Could that have been that morning?
Well, it could have been a thing where, like, one potentially covering a shift depending on how many hours he had logged on his last trip, because pilots aren't supposed to fly after a certain amount of hours. They have to take a break, just like truck drivers. So they have a log, so they have to take that rest. And he could have just took that rest and just been drinking the whole time.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, fuck it, all right, I'm ready to go. Or he could have been staying at the airport. But even when you stay at the airport, like, to potentially, like, have to switch planes or something like that and it's delayed, if you are on the clock for a certain amount of times, they have to clock out. They can't fly. So I'm thinking it's one of those things where he was off and he just got hammered and then just tried to go in. Because if it to be coming off of you, like, out of your pores and, like, people smell it on you, not just on your breath, that shit's coming through your pores. That means you've been drinking for a couple hours and it's had a chance to, like, run through your system and now it's, like, it's protruding out. Like, that's crazy. And the fact that somebody think that they would fly like that, regardless of how often, how seasoned you are as a pilot, you still have all of these souls in the palm of your hands. And granted, there's not as many planes in the sky as it is cars on the road, but you can also get your driver's license at 16, and you're not going to get your pilot's license at 16. Not enough to, like, manage a commercial flight. You know what I mean? Like, that comes with age and wisdom and
Hours,
responsibility for a reason, because there's so many people's lives at stake. And not even just the people's lives on a plane. What if you crash into a building? What if you crash into a highway? What if, you know what I'm saying, or a cruise ship, whatever? Like, it's so many things to take into account. So, like,
I can't
just
wait
think
to see
that's
this
crazy.
movie starring Tom Hanks.
Which one?
I know he's gonna do this. It's gonna be Southwest.
We already did one. He did the one
I know.
with what was the guy's name that landed on the Hudson River?
Sully.
Sully, yeah,
yeah.
Sully. He did that one. Shit, him and Clint Eastwood, they be recreating these white men in movies all day, boy.
Clint Eastwood really got in his directing bag, though.
Yeah,
Like, he, after
for real.
Gran Torino, he was just like, yeah, this is easy work. And I'm
Right.
sure he did more before that, but, like, Gran Torino was just like, that shit was good. And
That's funny. There's a whole like generation of boomers watching this. Like a lot before that, yeah, nigga. Clint Eastwood was probably like the young, I guess, George Clooney of his time.
Yeah,
and
yeah, he was
whatever
total
that-
badass.
Cowboy.
Yeah,
he was like I guess, I would say Jason Statham.
you think so?
No,
Because he was
bigger than
always
that.
no. I'm saying, like, as far as the action, George Clooney, you never really see him fight outside of the Batman movie. He's
yeah.
always just a cool, suave guy. Clint Eastwood was a gun-toting badass.
I always felt like Bruce Willis was his predecessor in
Maybe.
terms
I
of like
think-
how,
yeah, I can
because
say
he was
that.
he was also shot like a cowboy in all his movies.
Yeah,
And
Bruce
he did
Willis
the
was-
whole,
yeah,
like,
that's a good
squint
one.
Thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true. I
Yeah.
would say that's close. Him or Harrison Ford. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, for sure.
Harrison Ford didn't really shoot that much, right? Like in Indiana Jones, he had a couple handguns, a couple revolvers and shit like that. I feel like
Han
Bruce Willis.
Solo.
yeah.
You know?
Lasers, you know.
Alright,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Space
You
Cowboy.
just
shit.
shot differently.
That's real nigga shit. Real nigga shit. Respect.
Right,
Well, you're right.
right.
You're right. You're
Nah,
right.
that's I can only imagine being on a plane and like, cause you know if it was probably a little commotion. It probably wasn't like you too drunk and he just like all right,
Yeah.
and dipped. So do they just like all right, our pilot was drunk. We're gonna get you another one. Like I'd be like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
What did they tell the passengers? You know what I'm saying?
Because they said they took him out of the cockpit. So
Right.
did the police take him, or did they just say, "Hey, get off the plane"?
Probably
That's
don't.
right.
The
Thinking there
airport
had to be
police.
some type
The
of-
airport police would have to come on because they are going to be the ones that like relieve him or do, especially if he was the pilot and not the co-pilot. then it would have to be the airport police to come.
But
on.
do you
Probably
think
like,
they
I'm
would-
fine, get off
Do you
me.
think they would like, yo, just get off the plane? You know
Yeah, I
what
don't
it
think they
is.
would
You know
arrest
what I'm
him.
saying?
I don't think they would arrest him on the plane. I think they would escort him off before.
But that's still crazy to see.
Oh, yeah, you
to
see that shit.
Yeah, your pilot come
Right.
through the door and
like
leave. Yeah,
I'm not even
and
that
then
messed
somebody
up.
else walk in and get on. You like, yo, what the fuck is happening right now?
What other
Nah,
pilots are here?
And you
Can
still
fly?
delayed.
Have y'all ever heard
You know?
the joke? It was like, so everybody's sitting on the plane, and then the pilot walks on, and he's got a walking stick, and the first stewardess goes up, and she's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, our pilot is here. He is totally blind, but trust me, he's a very seasoned pilot. He has number of flights under his belt and no crashes whatsoever." Right? So he goes in the cockpit, sits down. Then the co-pilot comes on, same thing, glasses on, sticks and all of that.
The
type of stuff.
co-pilot blind too?
Right? It's like,
That's
ladies and gentlemen, our co-pilot has just arrived. We're about to take off soon. As you can see, he's completely blind as well. But nothing to fear here. He has hundreds of flights under his belt and never had any issues whatsoever. Boom. Say go. And taking off. Plane is on the runway. It's picking up speed. Plane hasn't taken off.
They
It's
let
a couple
that happen?
minutes and it's taking off. So people start screaming. And as soon as they start screaming, the plane lifts up. Go to the cockpit and the two pilots is like, whew. The moment they start screaming, stop screaming, we're fucked.
No, what?
The screams alert them to take off, to pull up.
Oh, okay. I thought this was something that actually, like a
No,
prank.
no, it was a joke. It was a joke. I was
Oh.
like, have y'all heard the joke about the two blind pilots?
Yeah.
I thought this was like a prank. I was like, man,
No.
this went really far.
Yeah, for a second, once you got the takeoff, I was like, wait, this happened?
They let the takeoff happen. Niggas pointed the wrong way on the runway. And shit.
That's wild.
All the planes landed like, what the fuck is this? Have to go back up.
So I wonder if a passenger is the one who snitched on the pilot, because all it says he allegedly smelled like alcohol.
I think the
I would imagine
stewardess
stewardess,
also
yeah,
would say
yes,
something.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because who would even believe a passenger? Like, he smells like alcohol or whatever. They'd be like, sit the fuck down. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
when were they
what
talking?
is your seat?
Sit your non-point having ass down.
Sometimes the pilots stand there. Well, they usually at the end they do, but sometimes in the beginning they'll be
Yeah,
there too.
sometimes they do, but
But
most
not on
times
the
they
big
check
ass-
Not
their
if you drunk,
devices.
though.
Yeah, yeah. That
Right.
nigga's like, I gotta sit down.
He's drunk. He's definitely
This
hiding.
nigga drunk. He would have sat in the passenger seat. He's like, what are the controls?
He in
Captain, you
first
have to-
class. This nigga like, oh,
This is nice.
Oh,
Nigga trying to get more drink. He took the hat off and hit it on his jacket. He's like, I
We
was
get
taking
a-
champagne.
we get a
What the
whiskey.
fuck in the cockpit.
yes, thank you.
We get a whiskey before I. I feel like every time I get on a plane, I'm gonna be looking at because usually you're just like, hey,
Yeah.
don't kill us. But now I'm
Right.
gonna just be like,
Right, they be standing there trying to look all kind and wave you on. And be like, nigga, what's going on? What you been eating before?
Hey,
you
greet me, my boy.
Yeah, like, yeah,
greet
no,
me,
the
man.
best
This
is
Samantha.
after when you're walking out and they be posing like,
Right,
yo,
yeah,
nigga.
you did that. You know, like,
yeah,
You niggas
what's
grateful to
up?
be
Yeah.
alive? You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
It's like
hoe
after
ass nigga.
comedy shows when y'all be outside. Like, yeah, I just made y'all niggas laugh. Was good. Say bye to me on the way out.
right, yeah, hell yeah.
So much has changed because initially the whole purpose of that initially was to sell DVDs and CDs. So you're standing out there.
Really?
Yeah, because you're out there trying to sell your merch. You got your T-shirts, you got your DVDs, you got your CDs. So you stand out there as a visual cue, like, hey, instead of buying online, making me ship this to you, why don't you go ahead and grab this down and then go get a discount. Then it went to like, hey, I'm outside, follow me, let's connect, pull out your phone, Instagram, right there. Now it's just like, hey, what you bitches finna do?
Damn, that's
Y'all
crazy.
trying to get on some dick or what was that?
I got in, but I like right after the DVD shirt part. I thought niggas just hung out after
Yeah,
the
I
goddamn
did
show.
too.
I'm like, yo, this
They
was
was
a
trying to,
thing.
they was trying to get them numbers up, and I was also trying to see what's popping
Right,
after the
right.
show. But for the most part, like I remember, I was hustling at the Comedy Union,
Yeah.
selling my DVDs out there, and niggas was walking by me like I wasn't on stage giving it my all.
Yeah,
Niggas looked through
yeah.
me like a ghost. I felt like I was Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. Niggas just
Brutal.
walking right through me. I was like, God damn, niggas, give me a chance.
Do comics turn creepy on the way out
Some niggas
if
are
they
always
kill?
creepy.
And they're
Yeah.
just like, hey, what's up? What's up?
Some
What's
people
good
just
with y'all?"
creepy.
Yeah, some people just creepy. Like, and that just it enhances it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like it's always weird when you could tell the nigga that never was cool in school, and now that he has some notoriety, it's going to his head. You see it with niggas that like get chicks and like especially comedy. Like it's different with rap because like they always have the money and it's a different type of allure and mystery surrounding and shooting them. But with comedy, when the nigga is funny or halfway funny, that's the thing. It's like it don't even be like the super funny niggas. It be the niggas that be halfway funny, like just got in comedy just so they could get in the club for free, and they got like a hot 3. Right, be out there like, yeah, ladies, what's up? Y'all should follow me. And I be like, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, they be the soul, man. Jay Snow has wrote on so many shows and award shows and hit shows, and he still has the humility to go up and introduce himself to the book. I saw him do it at the Laugh Factory out in San Diego, and she wasn't familiar with it, so she asked other comics to vouch when she asked me. I was like, no, this motherfucker is legit. Yeah. But he has the humility to do that. Even before she was like, I don't know you, he went up and introduced himself.
To do what?
Introduce himself to the booker, to the club owner.
People don't do that?
These motherfuckers walk in with so much entitlement.
Oh, you don't know me?
Yeah.
You don't know my followers?
Yeah, yeah. I got 300,000 followers. Like, so the fuck what? You don't have the hot 3.
That's crazy.
You don't have a hot 5. We leave you up there for 10 minutes. You'll commit suicide in minute 7.
Hello costs you nothing, though.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like, my name is, it costs you nothing.
And it helps you because, like, when you do that, because it is so not normal, you make an impression on somebody.
That's crazy.
When you build that and establish
For
that
real?
connection. Yes, but people don't do. People walk in, hey, what's up? What's like that? You don't know this motherfucker.
Right.
And you know you see them here every time. Maybe you should know their name so they can help you with parking. Or if it's packed and they don't have room for comics, but they recognize you, they're like, hey, we packed tonight, fellas. Hey, you can come, though. Because that's how it was for me when I first started doing it at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. If you weren't one of the comics that they knew, or like somebody, one of the hosts didn't bring you in, you weren't getting in on those packed nights. The nights where they have 3 shows, the niggas ain't letting you in.
Right.
Hey, standing room on the outside. We ain't got no room for comics.
Right.
And it was a thing there and at the store and especially at the Improv on Monday night on D-Ray night.
Yeah.
Oh, you hang out in the boy area. You ain't getting in that showroom though, my boy.
Right.
Who are you again?
Buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And
you got how many followers? Oh, so you can afford a ticket. Buy a ticket.
That's for comics and people just coming to see the show.
They wouldn't let comics in, bro.
But normally, if it's not like super packed, comics don't buy tickets for each other's show. They just kind of walk in.
Now, it's kind of like an understanding. Like it's kind of like if you were a rapper in the city, I'm a rapper in the city. I come out and support you, but I'm there as like support you. Like,
but I advocate for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be more comics to just like throw a bone, be like, here, I bought a ticket, or I bought someone a ticket, or you know what I'm saying, give this to somebody. Like, I do hate that though when it is like an important show. Like for my special, for example, I'm sending a link out. I had 2 weeks to promote the shit, right?
Right.
I'm sending a link out. People are like, I'm buying tickets. I bought 5. Give them to somebody. I'm like, nigga, that's not gonna help the special. I'm gonna have a whole empty front row. Nigga, don't do that. Don't 50 cent me. Nigga. Like, come to the show. If it's a taping, come.
Right.
If it's some regular Sunday
taping
night
and birthdays,
you know what I'm saying? Send
anniversaries for your stage, like those are things people have to come out to, and they typically come out for. But yeah, it's hard, man. That's why I don't want a weekly again. I miss it. Oh my God, I would love to have a weekly, but I would need a producer and probably a co-host, and we could switch off hosting throughout the show, or we can host one week and then you host the next week. But I can't do that shit by myself, right? Because I was watching this video. This guy made this video about the show Severance on Apple TV. Fucking amazing, really good show.
Haven't finished it.
And he was like, "Yo, this show should be so much bigger." But it's a couple things. One, Severance is on Apple TV, which is probably the lowest stream platform as far as like subscribers. 2, there's so much fucking content out.
Right.
It's just, it's no way to digest everything that's out or even hear about every good thing that's out. And it sucks because there's somebody that wants to be an actor. It's like, man, this is what I want to do. But like, how do you cut through the noise?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so much. And when you're not on the streaming sites, then there's social media.
Yeah.
There's YouTube, and there's the next, whatever the next balloon pop show is dropping this week. It's like, how do I do that?
We talked about that earlier. I think it all comes back to just self-producing shit. If it's really something that you're passionate about, if it's something that like you won't leave you alone, like it's up to you to figure out a way to make that shit real. You know what I'm saying? Like it channeled you for a reason.
That's true,
right?
And I just have these bouts sometimes where frustration just arises. It's like, why am I even trying to do this?
Right.
Shit? I mean, I love it, and I know it will never stop, but it's like, it does hit a point where you feel like you hit a glass ceiling. It's like, how do I get to that next level? I see it. I know what I want from it. it's not just about the success and of the monetary success. That's helpful, but
I love this.
how do I make my talent and what I love to do available for the masses so it can help them or prevent them from doing something to themselves or provide them ease at the end of the day or at the end of the week or the end of a long month? Like, that's all I want to do.
You know what helped me with that? Because I struggle with that a lot, right? Especially wanting to do films specifically, being that the film industry is what it is and that it's so hard to get into, so hard to get someone to drop that first domino to invest in your shit. And then the road to getting it in a place where people can see it is crazy. But the thing that sort of gives me the fuel to keep going is knowing that the fact that it exists is enough, right? Like, but that has to be so purpose driven. Like, that has to come from within. And I think that will override any fucking doubt, wall, obstacle, any person or whatever. And it has time and time again in history shows it. But if you can't find that thing that just like drives it beyond reason, then it's probably not that idea. It's probably not there or whatever, because that idea, it won't, like, nothing will stop
It's
it.
a guiding
You know what I'm
light,
saying?
yeah.
Is that what you're talking about that exists? The fact that it exists is enough? You're talking about the idea?
I think, yeah. Because think about it. Like, how many things exist that the person who created it really didn't get to enjoy, right? Maybe they died early. Maybe they went on to a different fucking thing and it caught wind later. A song that catches wind 6 months or a year after it came out, or a movie or whatever. Like, those movies and things exist and they still serve their purpose. They still met those people and it still helped those people. It maybe didn't happen during your time. It maybe didn't happen
I
when
see what
you
you're
wanted it
saying.
to.
Yep.
But it happened. You know
That's
what I'm
real.
saying? And for that, like, your memory, your legacy, whatever the fuck you want it to be, will live on through that. Is how I see it.
I think about that a lot too, but it's
Yeah.
also, that's crazy. I think about that a lot, but
Yeah.
I feel like there's a huge part of me that's like, it can't happen like
Right now, like, I want to show these motherfuckers.
like Van Gogh.
yeah.
Van Gogh was broke his whole life.
Never made a
Right.
dime
And it's
off
like
of
his
shit.
paintings, like it's taught in
Everywhere.
schools. People like try to imitate it.
That
He
I
got
would hate.
museums,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Nigga, I died with one ear, broke."
And bitchless. I cut my ear off. I'm a bitch. My bitch still didn't want
You
me.
know what I'm saying? So it's like it is I would take that over nothing, you know,
Right,
because it's
right.
like at least that impacted how I would want it. But there's a huge there's like a good 70% of me that's like, man, at least let me see it.
But you know what? This is, and I thank you for that, because
They
that's
get
a
a
great
couple
way of
hoes off of
looking
this.
at the whole acting thing. What has been providing me a lot of peace and grace and comfort as far as comedy is, I thought about this a couple months ago, and it brought me just such tranquility. We, as comedians, we all want to be Dave, Kev, like fame, not fame wise, but like success wise. I really don't give a fuck about the fame. I long as the work is getting done and people will benefit from it. But everybody can't afford Dave's prices. Everybody can't afford Kevin's tours. Everybody can't afford Cat Williams' tour. What we do on the level that we at is such a help to people that can't afford those things, or don't have access to those things, or don't have the time to go out of town because that tour is not coming to their city. We provide such a blessing. We are literal superheroes. We
Right.
take events that may have been rooted in trauma, flip it to a way where it's amusing to us and humorous to an unknown audience that never experienced, but maybe can relate to it because a friend did or family member did, or just because you crafted this shit so well that they felt like they were a part of it.
Right.
That's a fucking superhero. And the fact that we are providing this, because there are way more of us than there are Kevins and Daves and Cats.
Right.
We are doing this shit on a weekly, daily, hourly basis. We're going to Vegas and performing at these shows. There's one club that books you for like 5 days or 7 days. And sometimes it's 30 people there, sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 10, whatever.
Right.
But if it's 10 there, they're there because they want to be there. There's
Right.
tons of shit you can do in Vegas. If they wanted to go to a comedy club, that means they need that right there.
Right.
And whether it's 10 or 10,000, you're providing a fucking release for these people. And that is amazing.
It's true. And I like that. I hold on to that. It's tough to hold on to that
It is.
sometimes. Especially when a motherfucker in your comments saying some wild shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it like that is, I think, what people should hold on to more though, is the service of it all. The being of service, being useful with your art, with your voice, But again, like, you know, it's hard to think about that when you have, you know, who's in office or bills at your fucking door or whatever, you know. But so yeah, I agree. I think that's a great point.
I think that's even more testament and proof of our superpower.
Right.
Because in the midst of everything going on, I remember I went to Chocolate Sundays this past Sunday and the Sunday before. The Sunday before is when the fires were at the height, like in the city.
Yeah.
And Ron still had the host. And I pulled him to the side. I was like, bro, you're doing an amazing job to be able to compartmentalize everything that's going on in LA right now, everything that's going on with the elections and all of this shit going on. And then just the fact that he's a husband and a father.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, you know, again, with us wanting to be higher in our journey, to be able to compartmentalize all this ancillary shit and then go up there and still perform at a fucking A1 level.
Yeah.
It's fucking superpower, bro.
Bro, I saw something on another podcast. It was with Dave, and he was talking about, I think the person who was hosting the podcast was talking about how awesome his story was and how he walked away from the 50 million, went to Africa, all this other shit, and everybody looks at him coming back, doing the Netflix specials, getting his money back, getting back on that level. And people are like, yo, that's badass, you tough, you this, you that. And he said so clearly. He was like, yeah, people say that, but it's like you don't want to know what it took to be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think about the days where he wasn't in the limelight, where he was like, am I fucking crazy?
Right.
Or people were
And
saying,
people
wow,
were saying he was fucking crazy. How the fuck you walk away from $50 million?
Those days are what make Dave Dave.
Yeah.
And that's what is dope. And
Interesting.
that's what you're talking
Yes.
about. It's like people
Yes.
don't see those days that you don't want to fucking get out of bed, or you feel like you crashed the car or some shit. You know, like all of those things that make you human are, you know, what make you a superhuman in a way. And I agree. In short, it's a long way to say I agree.
No,
But
it's great. Yeah, it's highlighting other areas of that same thing because, you know, sometimes it takes hearing it from a different viewpoint
Right.
to understand the main purpose. It's the same way when your parents would tell you something and you didn't listen, but a friend or a friend of your parents would tell you something. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I get it. Sometimes you just got to hear from a different angle or see it from a different
Well,
angle.
also tickets sold don't mean like more tickets sold doesn't mean funnier. I
Yeah.
think that's another cool thing about being in a business where it's like your output it's different for different people. So you don't just to raise that up, like it's not even just about like, oh, I can't afford Dave, we can only afford this. It's like you guys can't leave out the fact that there people might prefer you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not just about like a ticket price thing. It could be like, no, I would rather see Tahir
Yeah.
than Dave. I would
Yeah.
rather see Snow than Kevin Hart. You know, I think that's something that you can't really omit
Yeah,
too.
that's
you know?
true. That's true. The higher you get up, I mean, unless you're David Cat, the more restrictive you are. Especially like when the more successful you are with like partnerships and brands and stuff like that, you have to be so careful. You're a fucking surgeon with your words now because you don't want to say anything that'll get you canceled or
Yeah.
jeopardize your brand deals, right?
Right.
But if somebody like Cat or Dave, they don't give a fuck. They are doing it surely for expressing themselves, for the love of it, and the businesses that want to fuck with them are going to fuck with them regardless.
Now look at those paths though. The difference between a Kev path where you're like watching what you say, what you do, how you act, versus a Dave or Cat path where it's like they get this freedom, right? They're still getting deals and whatnot, but they get the freedom to sort of be themselves, be a little rough around the edges. And look at the past. Look at like how tumultuous one was versus the other, and ask yourself like, which would you rather be? Like,
Yeah.
would you rather be this put together deity or whatever that is like holier than thou and can't fuck up, or would you rather be this rugged, rough, you know, kind of put together, kind of not, but could get deals, could not person that is a little more authentic in the end? I would rather go with the latter, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
even though it's a harder road,
It gives you more freedom at
it
the
gives you
end.
more freedom at the end. Like when you have all the shit you want to have, what do you want to be able to do? Do you want to be able to really enjoy that shit and like get drunk with your
Yeah.
friends on camera?
I think you fuck up less too. It's way
Right.
less likely to fuck up because you're not in costume really, you know?
Right.
So it's like you might get less brand deals, but it's also like if you say some wild stuff on Twitter, like Dave, if he tweeted some wild shit, as long as it wasn't like crazy wild, but I mean not even his past few specials, he was actually going
going
for
in.
He was
monologue for SNL.
specifically going for shit that you're not supposed to talk
Yeah.
about, and people will like be like, okay, that's Dave, as opposed to
Right.
somebody who isn't supposed to say anything. One foul slip, they crash.
Let Dwayne Johnson say any of Dave Chappelle's jokes. and watch his fucking castle come crashing down, bro.
Damn.
Bro, you know, like, the way The Rock Johnson is so fucking successful, impactful, and influential. This motherfucker he's selling shampoo.
Is he really?
Yes.
Wow.
He
He
don't
don't
got
got
no
no hair. Yeah,
He has a shampoo, body wash, face wash line. But there's advertisement
Bro,
for the
what?
shampoo. But that's how fucking influential he is.
I don't
And
even
success-
have this stuff.
See, back to the two roads. That's the fucked up part about the other road is that you'll just get to a point where people are throwing deals at you. I just want your name on this shampoo. I don't
don't
have
even
hair. We
matter.
don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Like, damn, I would love that, but I don't want to have to sell my soul for it.
Bro, it's called
That's wild.
That's wild. as hell.
Papatua. I think it's like a Hawaiian name, but Papatua, because they sell it at Target, and they have body wash. They got a Cedar Sport men's body care bundle.
He should
that
have got
comes
like his
with-
Samoan family with the hair.
Hey, right. It
That's
should look like his
crazy.
character on whatever that movie is.
Shampoo and conditioner.
That's crazy.
Papatua.
And he got photos where he's touching his bald head. Like,
Hilarious.
that's
the
nuts.
power of marketing, bro. When you play, if you're able to play by their rules, and I don't think The Rock is the type of, I haven't got the impression from him he is a pushover.
No.
I've got the impression that he's a superstar and brands want to be attached to him. So, but
He can't be a
also,
pushover.
he
He's
is-
too intimidating.
he's also, he's not as dark skinned. Like, and I really feel like that makes a difference too. I'm not taking anything away from, like, he's a global superstar. Global superstar. It's him and Snoop Dogg that they're two people where it's not a lot of places on earth they can go to and not be recognized.
I
And that says a lot.
One of the biggest differences between Dwayne Johnson and Terry Crews is the rock bottom. Like, they're not too far apart. Let's be honest. So the people's
Just
elbow,
the special move.
the people's elbow may have elevated the rock a bit more. You know what I'm saying? If
The
Terry
eyebrow
Crews-
kind of held it too.
The eyebrow,
Damn.
you know what? You can't.
Because
yeah.
when he would
The
bust it out. And
I
then-
was trying to do the
Yeah,
eyebrow.
that was that was. I could
trying
never
to
do. I always ended up doing this.
I was trying to do the eyebrow, yeah.
But no, I think that Terry Crews. What's weird about like mainstream acting, just from what I've seen, is like there are some actors who are completely different in every movie, but a lot of them is like, what's your actual personality and how much can I use that in like different movies?
Right.
Which is why you get like global superstars like Will Smith and Denzel and like a lot of people, Jack Black, who are really a different version of themselves in
Yeah,
different
for
stuff.
sure.
So I
Definitely
think it
Denzel.
really comes down to like, what's your base level personality? Because I feel like just if I put Rock in some of Terry Crews' stuff, like in White Chicks, he might have been
Yeah.
able to do that low key. But I don't know. I don't know if it's the other way around. Like I
Right,
think that
right.
Rock's base personality is good enough to join wrestling, become the star of that, then join Hollywood and become top of that.
Bro,
So
crazy.
I feel like his baseline
Ascension
is
was
pretty crazy.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Do y'all want some money? Well, now that I got your attention, I'm here to talk to you about our sponsor for the show, Prize Picks. Okay, so what is Prize Picks? I'm sure you've seen it. It's all over the internet. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Okay, with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. All you have to do is just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Okay, so run your game all season long on Prize Picks. I like those odds personally. Okay, so the big game, is almost here. Okay, this is the last football game of the season, and why not win a little money while you watching it? Okay, you're gonna be with all your boys, all your friends. You're gonna be watching Kendrick Lamar. Why not try to win a little money on the side? I know I am. Okay, so don't miss out. Make sure you sign up to Prize Picks. Okay, this is the best place to win cash while watching the big game. Prize Picks is also giving away a free pick for the big game where one of the starting quarterbacks will only need to throw 1 yard for you to win. You know they're going to throw a couple of yards. All they got to do is throw 1 yard. Okay, so You might as well. You might as well. It's almost a sure thing, okay? If you're correct on at least one more stat projection, you can win some real cash, okay? I like those chances. I like those chances a lot, okay? So sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5, okay? All you gotta do is play $5. You're gonna get $50 instantly, okay? You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So it's just like you just cashing out. You're just cashing out all night, okay? So I personally like those odds, okay? And also, you know, Prize Picks is the best way to win real money for the whole football season, okay? Which players are going off, which ones aren't, okay? Make the pick in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks, okay? So, I mean, I'm personally thinking that the Eagles are going to win. I think the Philly's going to go. So, I'm in there. I got my $50. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna be at a watching party, and I'm be invested in the game, but I'm really gonna be invested in Prize Picks for that money. Okay, because I mean, if I walk away with money, you know, that means more to me than one of these teams winning. You know, I don't know them like that, but winning some money on the side, absolutely. Okay, so get your money this Super Bowl. Download the app today. Use the code DIYS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time, download the app today. Use the code DIYS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup, okay? Prize Picks. Run your game.
Let me ask you a question. If you had the opportunity to hang out with The Rock, would you do it?
Of course.
Of course, right? Yeah, because he seems like a cool person. But if it came down to The Rock and Jack Black, who you want to hang out with?
Damn, that's
I know,
that's
right?
crazy.
That's crazy.
I didn't even think that question would make me do that.
I would think I would pick Jack Black.
I think I could learn more from Jack Black.
Yeah, I think I could learn
That's
more
a good point.
marketing-wise from The
Tenacious
Rock.
D, you know?
I would learn more marketing-wise and business-wise from The Rock, but I think I would have more fun with Jack Black.
Even marketing and business. I feel like Jack Black. Remember when Kevin was always Kevin on stage? He was always talking about how Jack Black is just himself all the time.
Yes.
He never lost weight. He never he's like himself in Tenacious D movies. And I feel like that he's fucking Bowser. Like he's Bowser. He's the lead in Minecraft. Like I feel like his versatility is what I would want to learn from.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like The Rock is like leading man, huge dude, you know, star of every movie. I don't know.
I feel like I would go with The Rock.
Really?
I would go with The Rock only because he would be able to talk about navigating adversity a little better than Jack Black. I do think that they have like a great,
I never think about that.
you know, relationship with success and whatnot, and probably be able to share great tips. But The Rock is a different, like he had a black dad, like the nigga, he grew up around some nigga shit at one point, so he may be able to talk about how to transcend that. I think better than Jack Black, so I'd probably pick The Rock.
That's a good point.
Black
I
thing.
didn't even think about that thing right there.
I remember The Rock was catching fleck for a while for kind of like, I don't know if he actively denied his island side or just didn't talk about it, but he was kind of like in the light as a white lead.
Can we talk about how people can switch, like code switch in a way that's like that, like a chameleon? The Rock, for example, ambiguous, right? But even like, think of Miley Cyrus, right? Like she was Miley Cyrus up until Mike Will made it. Then she was Miley Cyrus out here, Miley Cyrus, you know?
Crazy.
And
She was in
then
a
she
rapping,
went right back
jerseys.
to Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
After the
That's not code
success.
switch. That's
Same with
appropriation.
Post Malone.
But see, okay,
Right.
that's what I was gonna say. Their code switch is to bait and gain. Our code switch is to
Survive.
fit in and survive.
Right.
Like she was already rich before she went to Miley Cyrus.
Right.
She was. She did that to like. Oh, okay, Molly out here. She fucking with us. Like we accepted her. We have to do that shit to survive, to stay at a job, just to pay bills, not to like get more people on our side.
Right.
That's what we have to do to fucking survive, and that's the big difference.
Black people are a really good like baseline for white success. Just throughout history, like if you get like could make us say that you're cool at the bottom level, then it's like it's not even like, oh, I need to keep up both audience. You could just leave.
Yeah. You just be like,
once
fuck
it's
it.
like once white people are like, oh, they're cool. All right, for sure. It's like, oh shit, I'm country
That
now.
was what was old boy
Post Malone.
Not just him, but I ain't never
Oh, no way. He switched?
What? That motherfucker soon like that shit went crazy. Blasting, it's on reels, everything.
Something,
yeah,
right?
right. Soon as the album about to drop, I'm not a rapper. I'm a musician. I don't want to be boxed in.
But
as
you
this.
rapped.
Hilarious.
I hate when niggas
You,
rap and
you
say, I'm
got
not a rapper.
all
Shit,
of this
bro.
acclaim, and DJ Head was like, "Okay, cool. Like all y'all DJs heard that. Let's stop playing this shit on our on our station.
Damn, for real?
If you want to distance yourself after gaining success from our culture, from our audience, from our people, and now you got the blown up shit, and now you want to I don't really, it ain't really me. It's like
That's crazy.
wow, that's why. And then he tried to backtrack because DJ Head's shit went crazy. Everybody saying it. Then he wanted to backtrack on it. But yeah, Tommy Richmond was like, I'm not really a rapper. And then he was like, no, I meant that in a way of like, I don't want to be boxed in.
Oh, he is super
Sometimes
white.
I want to sing. Sometimes I want to rap, but I don't want to be boxed into one thing. And everybody's
nuts.
like, well, shut the
Wild
fuck
as
up.
hell.
That's crazy that I get like if you are racist with movies, it's visual. You're like, oh, I don't want a black lead. I want a white lead. That if you're racist, that makes sense to me. But music has always been weird. It's like, okay, it's sonic. So it's just weird that like white people have always had it's more palatable if a white person does it, like Elvis, Eminem.
Right.
You know what I mean? They always end up being these global superstars just because it's more palatable to the white community. But it's like, what about the sound of it?
I can't tell you how happy I am that I'm not hearing a Jack Harlow song right now. Because I couldn't tell you, like, why would they force a Jack Harlow on us so tough? Like, that's what they do.
He has some hits, though.
He came out of nowhere.
He did.
He
He
did come
came
out of nowhere. He did
nowhere.
come out of
Somebody
nowhere.
pulled that nigga out of their handkerchief pocket and said, rap, and we're going to push
And
you.
we-
And then they
That
did.
first song was tight.
And
though.
like I fucked with Lil Dicky when he first came out, but I also saw Lil Dicky's ascension. I saw the work that he was putting in. I saw the mixtape, and then I saw the album.
He
and all
had
that.
humility. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the nigga
He
did
didn't
that
take
one
too
song
serious.
where he was like, he had no money for it. Like, that no budget. Like, he didn't take himself too serious.
Yeah.
I fuck with Lil Dicky for that reason alone. He seemed like a human being.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you feel like this artificial, created in a lab type of a person, and then you're like, yeah, I'm of the culture, but you don't know who Brandy is, it's like, nigga, what? What are you talking about?
You don't know?
Who didn't know who Brandy is?
Jack Harlow.
For real?
He didn't know that she sang a song that he was talking about on a podcast at the time. It's a
shit.
moment on a clip or whatever. And then they, washed the whole situation by putting Brandy on one of his songs, and they both performed it at the BET Awards. And it was like,
That's the formula.
like
You still didn't know. Like it's so crazy to me because Pat, as a musician, you've done research on musicians that came before you to one, know your history, but also kind of like adapt and grow with styles and kind of just try it out. And that makes sense. Like, because anytime you go into like an art field, especially like if you're a painter, you're going to study those that came before you.
Right.
If you're a poet, you're going to study those that came before you. Musicians don't have that same tenacity and wherewithal to be like, oh, let me tap into the culture and see some people that, especially
It's
some
such
musicians.
a supportive
So-
culture.
Yeah.
Have you gone to like a musical open mic before?
Uh-oh.
I have, yeah. I've been to.
They're some of the most supportive audiences. Like, people will be up there trash, trash, and everybody's like, "Well, good job, man, bruh." It's like,
Finding
yo.
friends, though.
But even if it's not, like, to your point, like, I dated a girl who was a singer. She was an R&B, neo soul type singer, great voice. She had the talent. Had no idea who Sade was. No idea about her songs, anything. Some soul people that I would bring up Nina Simone, and it would be like, who? And I'm like, you're not gonna make it. Like, you're not gonna make it. Like, how do you tell somebody? Like, in comedy, we keep each other fresh. You're doing bad at a comedy club, A, because the people aren't laughing, but B, because the comics in the back are laughing the hardest. If the comics are laughing harder than anybody in the crowd, you're doing a bad job. Like, and they're loving it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna be like, "Woo, go, Jay Snow, go!" Like, they're not gonna be doing that. So
yeah,
I
and
think
you gonna get hit with that humility as soon as you get off the stage because everybody just standing there trying to avoid making eye contact with you.
Yeah.
So you gonna try to be like, they was tripping out there, and there's always one of the comics that be like, nah, they wasn't.
yeah, for real.
That was you, nigga.
And
They
it'll
was
be the
tripping out there. It's
crowd.
hilarious. Hey, they tripping.
The crowd is crazy.
It's
crowd
always
is
the
crazy.
crowd's fault.
Must be something on their mind.
They tripping. All of them. They all
That
must
fire
be.
still going on?
They must be going through something right now.
Everybody's going through something.
And it's like, no, bro, just work a little bit harder, man. Like, just work a little bit harder. So it's very disheartening when I hear that about musicians. That it's just, damn,
Especially
just do a
rap.
little research.
Their influence is horizontal, not backwards. Like they learn from people who are still out. 'Cause
Yeah.
they'll be like, that nigga he just had a hit song. I'm gonna make a song just like that.
Right.
And that's why it's like I honestly think that's why that LaMelo Ball song is blowing up, because he tapped into like influence, and nostalgia. You guys know what song I'm talking about? It's
Yeah.
like LaMelo Ball, the basketball
It
player.
feels
So
like
he's
This is news to me.
It's
He
red.
made
It has
He's
that
a
early
famous rapper
2000s
now.
feel.
No,
It's got
Leangelo.
It's like a
Leangelo,
Nelly.
not LaMelo.
Oh, it's not LaMelo, Leangelo. Okay, so it's the one who's not in the NBA. He has a song that sounds like old school Nelly, Juvenile. It's like
Wow.
swerve in that corner, whoa, whoa, and it's like nobody is doing that anymore. All he had to do was go back 15 years and get
Wow.
inspiration, because everybody else is.
Yeah, Moneybagg tried to get on one. I think Webby tried to get on the remix.
And
And he
Swerve
signed
in
a
that
fucking
corner,
$3 million
whoa.
deal
No,
with
not
Def Jam.
13.
No way.
13 million.
No
13
way.
million off of this single.
Wow.
So he's like, well,
And everything they dad said was gonna do came true.
just
You know,
differently,
yeah.
just
That's
a little
why they
differently.
really hate this
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
Just a little
A
different.
little different, but I mean, they did the shoe dean.
I said we would ball. I didn't say we'd be in the NBA.
Right. I didn't say how we ball. I just said we would ball.
Facts
That's
though.
wild.
Fact. Yeah, man. It's a wild time to be alive, man.
That's nuts.
Ooh.
How could you
Shit.
not see that and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna make a song. I'm gonna go, produce something right now. I mean, the world is wide open for motherfuckers who are 24 and 26 clearly right now. You could literally
For
go
sure.
back to any era, find somebody you like a lot, take their whole style, do it now on social media in
Right.
your way, and boom.
Exactly. And people be like, oh, that remind me of Lil Wayne. Yeah, because he took everything.
Yeah.
But that's better than like, oh, he remind me of a nigga who just came out. It's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, man, we got to get ready and get up out of here. Before we do, though, you want to let the people know what they can look out for, what you got coming up, and also where they can find you at.
And when's the special drop?
The special, listen, I'm be honest
Well,
with
we
you.
don't know.
It's a whole process.
It's a whole thing.
whole process. That special may not see the light of day for you guys until maybe May, maybe June. I don't know. But as for everything else, just follow me at J Snow Pro. You know what I'm saying? I got content that I'm literally producing right now outside of the special. I have another short film that I did. It's about basketball and me not being able to play it. It's gonna be really funny.
Nice.
And yeah, just stay tuned to J Snow Pro on all platforms, and that's when you'll figure out when I'm dropping shit. So
There you go. That's the best way to do it, man. Using that social media to
Yeah.
your advantage, man. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tahir Moore,
I'm Patrick Cloud.
and we'll see you next time on another episode of Damn Internet. You scary.
you scared.
Later,
Peace, guys.
y'all.